Hey there, sweetness, how goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game. If there is anything connected to this collective that's beautiful, I invite you to take it with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that's all right. Leave it right where you found it. It's probably a piece of information meant for somebody else in the collective. You should never take something off the table, or in general, that doesn't belong to you. Please keep in mind time may be fluid as well as energy. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we fucking shall. What are we getting into? Collective messages. Welcome, homies. Welcome. Please do try a favor. Make sure you get them likes up on your way in. And check to make sure you are subscribed. Otherwise, when I say homie, it doesn't even apply to you. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide myself. Guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always, and always. Thank you. I was getting a message about light workers being MIA. And I'm getting like superior. And no, I don't mean that the people or the beings are superior. I mean that the energy is like this huge, superior fucking energy of twin flames. So there's that. One big stoner, excuse me, for any and all coughs. Cheers, dears. Anyone interested in any copies of my books, links below. Anyone want to donate to the shanty, link below. Links, there's multiple avenues to do so. If you guys are interested in my other channel, it's Gypsy's Busy Box. That's where I do all the arts and crafts. There should be a couple videos in the recent folder, whatever it is for this channel, where you can find info to bring you over there. I'm getting uncomfortable would be the word. It's uncomfortable. I was completely comfortable before I started the reading, and I'm not uncomfortable because I am reading, but it's the energy. It's uncomfort in the energy. Like, just can't sit still, can't get comfortable, can't find fucking peace. Somebody can't find peace because they're a light worker MIA. They're a light worker not doing their job. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thankful to see you guys here. Thank you for smashing that like button. Hello, everyone. I'm going to give it a moment. Let you guys all get your asses in here and get comfortable. Kick your slippers, your shoes off. Grab your drinks. Do your thing. Oh, yeah. Good one. Someone needs to know that there is nowhere that they can hide. Yes. There is nowhere they can hide. Being a light worker is a part of their heritage. Somebody has an adverse opinion about that. If that's what they want to go with, they can try. Okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? You got the lighthouse in the reverse. Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, yeah, very strong weed. Hello from America. So, wasn't strong enough. I did already take my onions today, which is funny because that's the next card in line. I already took my onions and garlic. Why are we telling people to shut the F up over here? It is strong weed. He's correct. I'm well, thanks. How are you guys doing? Thank you. Me too. I have some videos, if you've yet to catch them, of me doing the artwork for the homies, for the collective. I did do a live on this channel last night, painting the enchanted cottage. But generally, I've been doing my artwork on my other channel, Gypsy's Busy Box. So join us over there. Yeah, maybe, sorry. And then move along. Oops doesn't really count as a sorry if you are apologizing and you made a mistake. Totally understandable. All right, anyway, let's do this. So, for our first two cards, we have Lightworkers MIA. What does that mean? That means that we have some seriously dark fucking houses. We got some ships that can't find their way to shore. We got chaos. We got fucking chaos. Chaos in Gotham City. All right. Okay, chaos in the 100-acre wood. It's chaos in the 100-acre wood. Winnie the Pooh themed reading, I guess? Okay, wait. Native American 100-mile wilderness trek or challenge or soul mission. Do you guys know what I'm talking about there? Yes. Yes. All mine, all me. And also, if you guys buy my books, I generally try to make sure that the cover art, at the very least, is my art. I'm only a couple books in. I've got, let me show you real quick. I've got 3 that are available, like physical form, 2 that are available ebook, Kindle ebook. You can find me on Amazon. The links are below, like in the description box for the video. But they tend to have my artwork on them. This is some candles, a tall one. You can't see the flame, but it's there. You can see the wax dripping. And here's the flame in the back. And this one's a lot more. This beehive actually is not here on the wall anymore, so it's kind of like special edition art. There are videos of me making this honeycomb home on Gypsy's Busy Box, and then there are also videos of me going over it, and then over it again and over it again until it becomes what it is now. Actually, this beehive now is right about where the light language is, like the major eyeball of the light language, because that's a lot of what this is. It's light language through the enchanted forest of life. So that's the Shanty Codex, and then there's like a little bit of my art right here, but then there's like just a picture of, my room, my decorations and things, our tarot closet. And then my poetry book, that one is my art as well. And there's a little piece of Gypsy's art right there. The book actually, when you buy it, doesn't have this little beehive. I drew that on there myself. I like to customize my books. And that's kind of what I like about them being, they're kind of blank, but they're like a blank canvas for you guys to kind of turn them into a spiritual journal, especially the Twin Flame book. All right. Most especially the Twin Flame book. So we should talk about this a little bit, where I said that I felt a lot of twin flame energy in this energy. This book, upon first print, was printed mistakenly. Okay. What I mean by that is it's a oracle book, bibliomancy. So this one is not numbered. So you would just literally, you take a piece of paper if you want to, you take a fingernail if you want to, you can take a coin if you want to, a feather, anything, any object that you'd like to, or again, just, open it. Some people drop the book. Bibliomancy is a whole thing. It's, how you want to open the book and get to the page, that's on you in this one. Now the codex, however, is different. The codex is coded. You need numbers to get your message. Or, I guess you can just bibliomancy your way from page to page, but the numbers are really generally more important here. But so like when I say that it's a mistaken, there are things like, okay, right here. So, the words haggard portrait is supposed to give you a, idea of an energy. But when they printed it, they ended up separating it. This D is not up here at the end of haggard, right? And the T is not at the end of portrait. And it's like, well, not every page did that. What to feel? No, I want to feel, sorry. Not one came out how I put it. I was saying, this is how it needs to be. This isn't how it needs to be. And then I realized as I was sitting here all angry, frustrated, like the first day that I had gotten the cup, and I'm like ready to just take it right offline. I'm like, no. That's a key. That's a key. That misprint, that mistake, like that right there would give me a message of DT. Specialize the D and the T in a reading when I look at it. But if it was the way that I put it, the way that I intended it, then it wouldn't necessarily give me that message. So it was like Spirit stepped in and helped me out. I feel like this was my first book. I think this was my very first one. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. That's wonderful. And the paintings are beautiful. Thank you very much. I am inside, but I paint the outside. I like to bring nature, everywhere. I'm well, thanks. I hope all you guys are doing well. How are you, Emperor Majesty? So anyway, yes. Generally, I kept the book like this because it's like, subtle hints and reminders. There are these little subtle hints and subtle reminders that I don't know everything. I can't plan for everything. There are going to be things that are above and beyond my understanding. And, I don't know. I ended up loving the mistakes, the flaws. And it helps, like I'll write down the little different messages that I get in there. And, yeah. So that's a part of my light work. So that brings me to, if you're here, if you resonate with being a twin flame, if you resonate with being a light worker, if you resonate with being a star seed, if you resonate with being, any of these things, are you MIA? Are you missing in action? Are you doing your work? Are you, lighting up the fucking path? Are you lighting up the house? You showing them ships where to go? Yeah. So let's get into the cards. I just noticed the safety in the reverse. So for some of you, the message is not for you that you're MIA, missing in action, not doing your work. Some I'm talking to the twin flames, and your partner, your divine counterpart, is missing in action. They're not there doing what their, intended fucking purpose is. And I'm seeing the safety and the reverses. They can't run. They can't hide. They can't get away from their job. I mean, they can get out of their job. They can get out of their partnership. They're not being taken by force, but the benefits that come with that work, that job, if they're not doing it, they're not getting them. Right? Something about that. All right, where am I starting? These are all channeled messages on the table at the moment. Channeled oracle cards of my own doing. And like I wrote on playing cards as well. Let's go. From Istanbul, Turkey. Awesome. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I am in New England. Messages for the collective. What do the homies need tonight? Somebody, I feel like this is something that's been done to the majority of the collective, okay? Somebody decided to leave you out, abandon you, walk away. I'm seeing, I get this often, the kid game, Red Rover, send so-and-so on over, right? You'd be out there playing and people be like, no, do not send the collective over. Do not send that fucking homie over here. Don't. Just don't. I don't want that. I don't want the homie. I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. And they gave no energy to the collective, to the light, to the decent beings, to God's creatures. They gave it to everything and everyone else. Because it looked better, because it smelled better, because it looked more expensive. I don't know. Some I'm getting a whole transmission here. Okay. There's a video circulating out there. It's pretty cute. It's dad takes his two boys out hunting for the first time. It's not the dad's first time, but it's the boy's first time. The dad is an avid hunter. It's the thing he does, okay? Deer hunting. He takes his boys out, and he's sitting there. They're all sitting there. And they got their weapons ready. And they see this young buck come up. And the young buck is thankfully, not big enough to be shot and killed and turned into dinner that night. So the dad, he's like, no, we're not shooting this one. I might be missing some pieces or whatever, but this is my gathering of it. They are sitting on this fallen tree or something, and all of a sudden the baby buck comes up to them. Thank you. And He starts sniffing them. He starts licking them. They're all nerved up for a second, like, oh, this wild beast, we can't kill it. We can't legally kill it, so now it's going to eat us. And they're like, ah. And they were not actually in a tree stand. They were down on the ground. They were ground level. So it looked like they were sitting on a fallen tree that was like, had fallen over sideways, and they're just kind of sitting on it like a bench. So a tree bench. They're sitting there, and the thing comes, and he's like sniffs out the boys, and he like kind of sniffs their face and stuff, and then he moves over to the dad, and he starts licking him like a fucking puppy that smells steak on the guy's jeans or something. I don't know if it was something that if it was the dope, did he cover himself in dope piss, or what was it? But he just licked his pants, licked his shoe, and then licked his camera like to clean it, and they put the little caption on there. It said he just wanted to make sure that the dad's camera was clean to get this majestic shot. And it was just the cutest thing. This deer's just like, flop, like a floppy old dog, but it's a fucking deer, okay? That they went out there to go shoot the deer in the first place. This dad's going to be teaching his next generations, 2 generations of boys, to go kill these creatures. Kill them. Just gotta kill them. And I'm telling you, in the beginning, it's like they were afraid. And by all rights, you ever seen bucks fight? You ever seen a buck go at a hunter? Like, whew, by all rights. But this one didn't do that. This one was like, this one had no fear of them. And so they ended up, laxing on their fear. Not completely letting their guard down. They're still holding weapons, okay? But they realized very quickly, like, this creature is showing them love. And it goes off into the sunset, right? And the caption on it said, this was one boy's first hunting trip ever, and hopefully maybe their last. So this is an energy that I'm getting. It's like all these generations have been taught hatred. They have been taught to hunt. I was taught to hate and hunt. I was taught to rip and shred and, all the dark ring bullshit. But life has a way of teaching us otherwise sometimes. It's like an energy. So we have the word energy in the reverse. Love spelled backfiring. And the word communicate. And also, you're gonna love me in the reverse. And leaving the rest in the reverse. So this is, to me, it's like an energy of, we'll use witches, okay? As an example, magic, magicians, anyone that practices any kind of magic, even though, like, Christians practice magic too. Catholics story for another time, right? It's an energy of, it's like the dad was probably taught by his dad and that dad and the dad before. Who knows which was the first dad that went out there and shot the first buck, strangled it, beat it with a rock, whatever the hell they did to that poor thing, and decided that Ooh, the buck stops here. They didn't decide that, but that's where we're at now, is that the buck stops here. Someone in some seriously dark, twisted fucking energy running from the light. Like MIA, thinking they could get away, thinking they could, tuck their head in the sand long enough. This is like some deep, dark shit. It's like yeah. So it's like the first dark fucking warlock, the first dark sorcerer, the first dark magician, the first dark evil, okay? Being like, it's like if the snake was the one that said that we have to kill the creatures. You gotta go kill God's creature to live. There's plenty of fruits and vegetables and all the different grains and all the things that will give you everything that you need, but you gotta go kill. I've never necessarily agreed with that, And I can't, I'm a carnivore. I'm a meat eater, born and raised that way. I work on it. I don't eat nowhere near as much meat as I used to. Meat used to be my favorite food group. But anyway, this is just an energy of starting evil, planting seeds that bloom into evil. But it's backfired. It's backfiring because whatever the evil was, it couldn't hold against the good. It just can't. The darkness just will not fucking hold up against the light. It just won't. Ask me, that's why they're trying to block out this, because the darkness doesn't hold up against the fucking light. So if they can just get rid of the light, if they could just block the light out completely, well, then there's no fight at all, right? Because the darkness cannot fucking win. It can't. Evil can't win. It just can't. Good multiplies too quickly. It can. I watch it happen every day. Every time my like button, the numbers rise. Every time the viewers rise. Every time our subscribers rise. Every time a reader, a channel, a fucking poet, a singer, that you can just see the light emanating in and out and up and all around this person. And you see them, grow. You get to see them grow. Your children, your babies, your family members, your lovers, your partners, your friends. You get to see them grow. Yourself, you see grow. That's the light multiplying, watching. Somebody tried to block out communication with the light. It's like the destruction of light language. I mean, there was definitely a time where I had no fucking clue that those two words could be put together and mean anything. Light language? What the fuck is that? Somebody wanted to block out communication for every light worker. And I feel like they got a good start. They've gotten a lot of light workers to go MIA, to be MIA, to stay with their head in the sand, but this backfiring feels like them choking on that sand. They did it to themselves, burying their head in there. Who are they going to blame? Okay. They may say, I was tricked, or I was bribed. Biological. Yeah. They were tricked or bribed by the same thing that has tricked and bribed everyone in their biological line before them. Something that the light is trying to communicate to the collective about their biology, about their heritage, about a collection of savings. And I don't think it's a monetary thing. A collection of savings of communications. Like origin stories. Origin stories. Like it's like, I know there's lots of, explanations and theories and answers for things that I may say, but it's exemplary, okay? But it's like, it's like a communication about the origin of fire. Some believe that fire came from lightning, fire came from volcanoes, fire came from this, it came from that, it came from friction, it came from this, it came from that. But it's like a origin story of like, no, this is the truth. Like this is the one, this is it. Fire was born. Or, fire was born. Like one thing and another thing come together and fire is born. And yes, it creates friction, but friction's not what created the fire. It was the two things coming together creating the friction that makes the fire. And then something about the fire being separated. The fire being separated into individuals, light seeds, light workers. Am I making sense? I do hope so. Is this making sense, really? It's making a whole great deal of sense to me, but also it's like, how do I translate that? It's making my brain hurt thinking about how I can translate the understanding that I'm understanding. I mean, yeah. So I'm definitely a twin flame, if you guys haven't figured that out by now. And I only know that because it was like a deep knowing, a deep understanding, but certain biological factors in my heritage communicated to me even before I ever dabbled or understood that I was dabbling in, accepted that I was dabbling in, wanted to willingly dabble in magic and enchantment and divination and things like this, spirituality. What do I mean by that? I mean, I was supposed to be a twin. When my mother was pregnant, they told her that I was going to be a twin. They did the sonogram and all the things, and there was two of us in her belly. She was young, She did not have the healthiest environment and the greatest nutrients and things like that. And her body decided that it could only handle one child. And so, survival of the fittest, I absorbed my twin. I kind of, part of me took that like a horror story the first time I ever heard it. Part of me was like, man, you're just making shit up. That's fucking weird. Like, why don't you just, like, I don't know, like all kinds of different thoughts and feelings about like, what the fuck do you, somebody's like, you ate your brother or sister. You fucking ate him. You didn't even give him a chance to know what you just ate him. What are you saying to me? But I get pregnant with my first child. Lo and behold, I go in for our first sonogram, and what do you think that they told me? My child was going to be a twin. I better start preparing now. And I had my son at a very, very young age. My body was not fully developed, and I did not have the healthiest of environments and all the correct nutrients and all the different things. And both babies were there for the first and second sonograms. The second sonogram, they did say that it did not seem like the second fetus was growing as rapidly as one of them was. And by the third sonogram, it was only my son in there. So biological evolution kicked in, and I had a lot of issues throughout my pregnancy, but also during giving birth to him. We both almost didn't make it through the whole situation. Multiple different occasions, multiple different issues, but we did. And I got pregnant with my daughter about 5 years later, and my first sonogram, they told me, prepare for twins. And I just kind of giggled. I'm like, yeah, okay. At this point, I know this game. Ring around the rosy. Here we go. And by the second sonogram, it was one child. But it, how do I say, was sort of like a catalyst moment. Both of those, all of these times, all of these things, they make you want to learn about, they made me want to learn about biology a bit. They made me want to understand life a bit more. They made me want to communicate to God a bit more. They made me want to, I don't know, just open up a little bit. I mean, yeah. So it's weird to think about, like, if that's how it goes, then I literally, like, survival of the fittest, it could have not been me that ended up alive, And then sometimes my brain, just doing all the thinking, and I'm like, well, what if I'm actually the twin that didn't survive? What if I'm actually the one that didn't make it out into the world? What if I'm still, like, what if we recycle into God's great womb, or I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it just brings to mind so many different wonders, the wonders of the world, the wonders of the universe, the wonders of medicine. So the part that I had kind of forgot that I was talking about earlier was that my son and technically my daughter I almost lost both of them at birth. My daughter ended up in the hospital. Instead of the regular 3 days, we were there for over 2 weeks. She had to go into an incubator, things like that. And neither of them were born premature. I didn't have any STDs or anything like that. No, I'm not trying to be a, meanie for anybody that does. I'm just stating these are the facts of my case. I don't have any like HIV or diseases like that would have weakened them. You know what I mean? But it's like they were born fighters. I was born a fucking fighter, Yeah. And that is a huge part of, I almost wonder, it's like, sometimes I feel like that perspective gives me this whole spiritual thought, 2 babies in a womb, and it's almost like while they're growing in their little fucking, caterpillar hut, it's like God's testing them. It's like Spirit asks them questions. It's like, while they're in their waiting room to get out into the world, it's like, well, what are you going to do with your life, twin one? And what are you going to do with your life, twin two? And well, would you choose light, twin one? Would you choose light, twin two? Would you choose the dark side, twin one? Would you choose, you know what I mean? And it's like survival of the fittest, but survival of the light. I hope and pray that that's what it is. I mean, survival of the light workers. And that's not to say, that my twin could have been born evil, or, my son's twin would have been evil, or I don't know. I don't freaking know. But it just, it's almost like sometimes I see the twin flames like that. Like, but like the powerful ones, the real true light workers are the ones that come out of it together, I don't know. Just, yeah, things that get the mind juices flowing, Messages for the collective. This deck is kind of hard to shuffle, so don't judge me, monkeys, but here we go. What do we get? Somebody's dumping out mercy. No fucking mercy on dark energy. No mercy on any type of love spell energy that would try and take your energy. And there's no fucking sarcasm and no joke in that whatsoever. Somebody's done weaving their web of deception. It's like a great fucking deception. Like a foundational cornerstone. I'm getting like, why did I just lose it? Okay. Teeth. Have you guys heard? I'm sure, I've heard once before in my life that we can teach ourselves how to regrow our teeth and regrow our organs and regrow our, body parts and things like that. But it's like, how do you do that? How do you ever figure out how you do that? Well, they've been releasing all this info lately. Take it with a grain of salt. But they've been releasing all this info lately saying that it's a protein. That there is a protein that we take in as humans that gets deposited. I might be butchering it a little bit, but this is my basic understanding. Is that there's a protein that blocks us from regenerating our teeth. So it makes me wonder, it's like, well, what is that protein? What is it? You know? But then, like we've been told generationally, and it's bringing me back to the thing about the buck. Buck stops here. We've been told generationally. So even if it's family or word of mouth by ear, friends and families, things like this, no, that's an impossibility. That can't be done. That's stupid. That's fucking, what you're talking about? It's black magic or, you know, whatever it is. But it's like, no, the black magic is the thing that's being done to us. It's the fucking spell that has stopped us from growing the fucking teeth and, like, having the ability to do what we were meant to do in the first fucking place. That's the... If you can't tell, the energy just runs right through me like a fucking circuit board sometimes when I feel it. But it's like... So if we were born here... We came here with the ability to regenerate, and now there's this protein that we have, and it blocks us from doing it. But now there are certain doctors, there are certain dentists, there are certain people that can get that protein in check for us. If we pay them lots and lots of money, they will take that protein out so that we may regrow our teeth or whatever it is, you know. This is really important because the buck, those deer, God's creatures, what do we kill them for? I've never killed one. But what do they kill? What are they hunted for? What do they say they're being eaten for? What are the main source of what? Protein? Protein? Do we kill animals for protein? So it's almost like this great punishment, you know? Like, oh, you're going to kill my creatures and put them in your body. Like I said, coming from somebody that I just ate a tuna fish sandwich. Like, but knowledge is knowledge either way. It's like, these are the proteins that are blocking us from regeneration. But understanding, acceptance, communication, that light within, helps us start to block those proteins. And not just block them by like, oh, we take them in, but we're not absorbing. No, just stop fucking taking them in. You know what I mean? Stop doing the dirty deeds that it takes to get them, because we don't need them. Like, sorry if you guys are big avid hunters or anything. I literally wanted to hunt for that exact reason. Protein. I want to learn how to feed myself and my family in case of, you know, government shutdowns, all the different things. We go through all these things again. And I went out and I got a whole fucking setup. Compound bow, fucking everything to teach myself how to do it. Target practice, fucking busting my arms, just left it. And I go out there and I've never killed, I've never hunted, but I have been a party to filleting, the skinning to a deer that was already killed and hanging in somebody's fucking garage. I go over and they needed my fiance at the time to butcher the thing because he had worked in a butcher shop. So he did. And he was like asking me for help, you know, it was giant, humongous thing that's like 3, 4, 5 times the size of him. He's like, can you help me? Like, hold it still so I can, and I'm like, I've watched so many videos. I've, you know, done everything that I could think to humanly prepare myself for the fucking hunt, for the kill, right? to feed myself, my family. You know, it's not like I just have some thrill in it. I literally had to prepare myself and be like, this is what it's going to be like, you know, I love camo, you know, but I don't like guns. I don't like being out in the woods in hunting season. Like, it was a, you know, but I'm like, this is what I got to do. This is what we're told we got to do, the best thing to do. And I'm sitting there and I'm holding this poor, lifeless creature of God. And I watch it go from hanging to cooked in a fucking cheeseburger on the table. And that is what there is to eat. And it's literally during COVID. Everything's shut down everywhere. Like, I'm not going to say no to a fucking cheeseburger that I've literally just watched. Might as well. What did we just go through all this for? Just so the thing could be fucking, you know, waste? I ate the cheeseburger. I did not enjoy that cheeseburger. I fucking cried. I felt like I was going to puke. I felt ashamed of myself. I'm looking at my fiance like, you're a fucking beast of a human. Like, how many critters have you torn apart like that? Like, you just did that so easily, you know? And I'm like, all this shit, it's like, I love my bow. I shoot my bow every and any time I can fucking make myself the time, the opportunity, the safe space. I will never, ever use that bow to kill an animal unless it's trying to fucking kill me. But I will never go hunt down no innocent fucking critter to go feed myself or my family or whatever reason it is. I will fucking learn what it is that every and any way possible to not fucking kill something to survive. And that's a lesson that I learned. And in that, again, I'm no perfectionist. I just ate a fucking tuna sandwich, okay? But I don't eat meat 3 times a day. I eat meat like maybe 3 times a week. You know? And I feel better. And I've lost a lot of weight. And, you know, I feel like different parts and pieces of me have regenerated on the inside. Like, I was a drug addict. I tortured my body. And while I still have aches and pains and things, God, don't I feel good, you know, for the shit that I've done. May we all. May we learn how to grow our fucking teeth back. And use them to bite anyone that would have fucking blocked us from that ability in the first place, right in the ass. I just started getting something about, well, some of them are going to claim that they did it for our own good. It was for us because we were doing, you know, we were fucking chewing on dirt, or, you know, we were putting bugs in our mouth. And so we were getting cavities left and right, and we were destroying our own teeth. So they just blocked this so that we didn't have a way to keep on destroying ourselves. Oh, yeah. Are you sure? Thank you. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Broken wings flying. Teeth fucking growing back. It's making me think about wisdom teeth. I just seen a thing the other day. It was a picture of fucking, it was like veteran type stuff, American veteran, their boots, flag, whole thing. This company's asking for donations. Do you know what they're asking for donation? You know what they're like, can you please donate this to our company? We need this to help our fucking people. Well, then I hope that you don't agree with this. Because I don't really see any reason for it whatsoever. Wisdom teeth. Teeth. They want teeth. They want teeth. Now, personally, to me, my country's been at war with me since before I was even born. I was born into poverty. I was born in a family, two families, multiple families, and all the people surrounding us that just hand to mouth poverty. Fucking, it weren't even paycheck to paycheck. It was less than that. Still is for most. So, good. Because I have learned that it doesn't matter what piece or part of your body it is. Once it's missing, you spend forever looking for it. You spend forever in pain without it. Your body literally has such a hard time recognizing that it's gone, that it goes like I was saying, like energy in a circuit board, power through a circuit board. That's what your body's doing, looking for your missing bits and pieces. Whether they're your teeth, your eyeballs, your arm, your fucking gallbladder, your foreskin. If you ask me, I have a lot of unpopular opinions and theories about things, but it's like, why did they ask, here in America, why is the rise so prevalent of domestic violence, and the number over here, it is statistically higher that it's men hurting women, and then they, sit down with these offenders and ask them, why did you do this? And a lot of them, they're like, I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel, basically they feel emasculated, whether, something's happened to them that they could be like, no, this happened to me. It makes me feel emasculated or not. More often than not, they're fucking circumcised. More often than not, their first 3 days in this world, somebody chopped half the beginning of their dick off. What's that? What is that? That's nerve endings. That's your nerve endings. Your nerve endings are some of your most important parts in your body. And you're setting that brain up to be looking for your fucking most intimate part its whole life. And it's going crazy, looking for it, looking for it, looking for it, looking for it, looking for it. And then intimacy comes, and it's like you've been on overload looking for your intimate piece and your intimate part your whole fucking life. And this comes in and you're just like, and it's like, like, and it just makes me wonder, like, our teeth. And so I say the thing about my country's been at war with me since I was born. I've literally had a dentist look at me, and they gave this one plan of treatment, okay? And I'm on state assistance and fucking state health insurance and all the things. And they're like, well, this is the course of action that we're going to go with. And I'm like, hell to the fuck to the no. Their course of action included multiple root canals on baby teeth, all this different shit. And I'm like, root canals cause fucking, like, I had my brain come out through my fucking chin due to wrecked root canals. Like, if I get up close to the camera, it looks like I have this, butt chin. I don't have a butt chin like this. This is a fucking scar, just a crater went all the way through, started in my mouth. So, broken root canal, the teeth break, the fillings fall apart, all the different things, and stuff gets down into that root canal. They get into the root and get right into your lymph nodes and all the different things. Grow bacteria up inside of your jaw, all kinds of shit. And you want a root canal and baby tooth? No. If it's bad enough to need a root canal, then just take it out, please. okay? It's a baby tooth. It's going to come back. So the guy just looks at me kind of shocked, and he's like, I mean, okay, you know, you're in charge. And he comes back a couple minutes later with the plan all written up that this is what we're going to do. We're going to do what Gypsy suggests, okay? And he goes, just for the record, and he leans in, like, and this is on my child. It wasn't on me. It was on my child. But because of all the shit that I've experienced, I've learned a little bit. And I'm like, no, a root canal nearly killed me. You're not root canaling my child unless it's like deathly fucking necessary. And I don't believe that it is. So he comes and he's like, leans right down in. There's like, 5, 6 fucking nurses and dentists over here in the office. It's a busy place. But he leans right in as he's, having me sign the paperwork and stuff. And he's like, just for the record, I think that you're doing the right thing, that your course of action is the best route to go. He literally goes, that's what I would do if it was my kid. While my daughter, I feel like she was fucking 9, 10 years old, is looking up at him. She brushes her teeth. She takes care of her mouth, And this guy's like, we're going to tear her shit up. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, the fuck you're not. Like, and then he's sitting there. He's like, oh yeah, no, lady, you smart. You know a little something, right? That's what I would do if it was my own kid. And I just looked at him. Can you guess what I said next? Then why the fuck wasn't that your first choice for my child? Why not do for my child what you would do for your child, dude? And can you guess what the words out of his mouth were? Policy, because of my insurance. Because I have state insurance, they're supposed to do the most. Because state insurance doesn't pay the most. So if they do the most, they'll get the most fucking payment that they can out of the system. Do the most destruction to make the most money. She'll keep having to come back. She'll have to keep having that root canal fixed when the fucking filling falls apart and she's swallowing all the fucking poisons and shit. Okay. I see, says the not blind mother. Pathetic. It's war. Domestically. On our own fucking people. Like, So, and then I'm wondering, like, for the people that they don't give back the teeth, what are they doing with them? If there are programs out there that are begging for fucking wisdom teeth. And I've always kind of wondered, why do they call them wisdom teeth? They're the furthest, biggest, most important ones that are in our jaw. Our jaw's connected to our entire body, our everything. If our jaw is out of whack, if our jaw is fucked up, our whole fucking system is. Do you know that? I didn't know that. I had no fucking clue. I was a kid that grew up, parent grabbed me by the fucking face and just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and pull and, Like, I grew up with fucking jaw pain, face pain, fucking, I don't know. Moving on. This has been a pretty cool conversation, but let's get through these cards on the table, shall we? Messages for the collective. What do the homies need at this time? What must I say? Right now, we need to be looking for the good. Something about two who share the same focus of spreading love and looking for the good. We have the words hearty, glorious, foundational, and offering. Butterflies came here to do. Somebody came here to spread the love. Somebody came here to share a focus of a hearty, glorious, foundational offering of spreading love and light. And they came here to fucking do it. Black or white, day or night. And no, does that look like it's all fucking unicorn farts and glitter rainbows and, fake light? No. No, it doesn't. There's something about artwork helping to shatter a particular matrix. You don't say. A clear sign. We have popped the cherry in the light language, in the flow of the communication. Okay, the way that I just said that down, when that cherry's popped, the light comes back. It flipped this card right over. Absolutely. Something about applauding an arrest being applicable because somebody was, doing the shit like blocking out the proteins and assuming that nobody would ever figure out that that was what was happening. Doing shit like root canaling the baby teeth and figuring that nobody would ever know that that shit was happening. Nobody would ever know. Nobody's watching. Nobody knows. Nobody can see. Oh, yeah. Are you sure? Yes. Yes, lighthouse does mean guidance. And this one particularly also means safety. It's the door to safety right there. The light leading the way to the door to safety. You know what I see also? An awful lot of room to grow. Behind that door to safety is an awful lot of fucking safe space. That's what the light workers are for. That's what they're here to create. That's what us twin flames are supposed to be doing. We're not just here to throw around the title and sing some fucking MGK songs. Yeah, they're catchy, but what the fuck are you doing with your life? You know? Some of them, not everybody, some are not doing favorable things. And that unfavorability has spread like wildfire to the point that that whole way of life has to be taken away now. Because it's destroyed, like, God's fantasy, Spirit's envisionment of their creation. And what the fuck? What right does anyone have to do that? We have a Gemini that has not been open to changes. We have a Cancer standing in favorability because of their intuition. We have someone starting a brand new story. Not just a new chapter. a whole new fucking whole new story. Giving new meaning to their own story. Rewriting. We're going to have a quick chit chat about the happiness chemicals real quick to help you guys redesign from the core outward. Help with that radiating love and grace. Help you shine bright and spread the light. Help you remain in your divine connection and help you remain in your destiny. Are you ready? For endorphin release, which helps with pain relief. Exercise, music, movies, laughing. For serotonin release, which is the mood stabilizer, we need sun. We need to practice mindfulness. We need to meditate. And we need nature. For oxytocin, which is the love hormone, we need touch. We need helping. We need pet connection. We need social connection. For dopamine, the reward hormone chemical, eating, accomplishing your goal or goals, self-care, and task completion. Task completion is coming for the light workers, no matter what side of that red rover fence they're on. Messages for the collective. We are almost done here, I do believe. Somebody's losing their magic, they're losing their light, they're losing their power because they misused it, they abused it, they were stagnant in it, they did not grow, they were unwavering in their fucking stubbornness. Somebody didn't get high enough off light work. Well, then they weren't practicing the right things. Somebody's not just getting their wings clipped. It's much worse than that. Somebody used their will to overpower, overwatch, and overlook things like they were high up enough to do so. They about to find out what happens for testing that assumption. No mercy happens for that. Somebody's going to be left behind. It's like if a new world opened up tomorrow, they wouldn't be welcome in it. All right. Let's throw some tarot on it real quick. I just looked at that and started hearing, and it's the final countdown. Final countdown. So much butterfly energy. You guys, the ones that are doing the thing, you doing the damn thing, you fucking radiating, you're doing it. The butterfly effect from that, oh, it's marvelous. And those not doing it, the butterfly effect from that is what's fucking tripping everything else into motion. So, I mean, maybe we should just thank them, I guess. Move along. Closing guidance. I don't. The final countdown to the abuse of the power being over. I see a snake sneaking up over here, so it brings me back to that thing about, the fucking thing being like, you have to kill. You have to kill that thing and eat it and put it inside of your body. And hypothetically, if that were the thing that was putting the protein inside of our body that's making it so that we don't regenerate, then maybe we should not be eating the thing. Yeah? Yeah. I think it's the end of that. It's final countdown for the fucking darkness thinking that it's winning. Visions. Stimulate the third eye chakra with the color purple to enhance clairvoyant insights. Keep a journal to record visions and messages. Connect with spirit guides. And that brings us right back to the beginning with my shameless plugs of, you don't know what journal to get, you don't know how to keep a journal, maybe you do and you're just looking for a new one. Go get you one of mine right on Amazon. Link below in the description box. If you guys want to donate, just energetically throw some change in the guitar case. It's much freaking appreciated. The holidays are coming up. I'm a single mama. So you don't have to. You can just hit like. That's much appreciated too. Making sure that you are subscribed helps the tribe grow. I cannot express my gratitude to those that do. But I do. I express it. I try. I express how much I can. I fucking love you guys. You're rocking my toe socks. Until we speak again, my dears. Until. Bye.